Guys, congratulations on the show.
Thank you.
Me and my missus watched it last night and were laughing hysterically for about 3 hours. So much so that we had to stop ourselves from watching anymore because it's just, we could sit there and blitz it. I'm kind of old school. I like to... one a week. How do you guys kind of watch your TV show? Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, not too many. And if we get into a show, my wife will say, let's stay up and watch another one. I go, I want to go to bed. I want to get my sleep. I want to have something to look forward to.
He's measured.
Yeah, same as me. I like the old school.
I am, but please don't measure me.
That segues quite nicely into a question about codpieces, I think.
Yes.
The array of codpieces, which we thought was quite funny, and we had to rewind it just to see the array. Did you get to pick your own codpiece? Because some of your sons are quite...
I think that, I think we did. There's that scene, isn't there, where we're stood there and we're choosing them, and I think I say to him, leave them wanting less.
Yes.
Yes.
It reminded me of how they pick their lightsabers in Star Wars.
That's right.
The things,
that's right.
It's just like that. Yeah. You guys have been in so many amazing shows over the years.
Veterans,
yeah, great veterans. Royalty of the acting community.
Old.
When you get on a set, I can imagine there's lots of things to enjoy and everything else, but this felt, watching it, like this was probably the best set you've ever been on, with the dialogue, with the script, with the characters, all that kind of stuff. How did you guys kind of find it? Maybe I'll shoot that to you first, Anna.
I always love the design part of the job. I'm always going backstage where they're actually making it. I found the guys, some of the engineers, and they were in a huge warehouse, not on our lot, on another lot. And there was a guy who's like a sort of genius with these maps in front of him, working out how we were going to rebuild Dover Castle after we couldn't because of the weather conditions. So behind everything you see, there is so much more and such clever minds. And I'm always taking myself off to see what people are making and doing. I turn up in my costume, they're like, what is she doing here?
Yeah.
I'm nosy. I love to see people making things.
They're very stimulating, the sets, because they were so complete, and Anna's pointed this out before, that the corridors that you see actually did lead on to the Great Hall. Often these things are separate. And the corridors had ceilings, so you felt like you were in a real castle. It's so realistic. And then the costumes and everything, all that really helps you.
He'd also made genuine plaster. They'd got like original plaster, which was all over the walls to give it this kind of special texture, which would get on all our costumes. But the food also was unbelievable. Do you remember that?
Yeah. In the banquet scenes. Wow.
Incredible. They are artists themselves. And they were just inventing what they considered to be medieval food. So there'd be like burnt oranges and split open figs and handmade oysters and dolphins out of papier-mâché. I mean, their imagination, swans.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
Yeah.
Great big pigs with apples in their mouth.
I can say the pig on Jim Broadbent's table was quite impressive.
Yes.
The actual pig, not anything else to do with
Exactly.
Jim
I mean, you if a normal audience would just think nothing of it, but if you're really thinking, somebody's made that.
Yeah.
Well, all the costumes as well were handmade.
Oh, nice.
They were. I mean,
there's a lot of,
which is incredible.
Yeah.
And then you'd go for fittings, and you'd see it starting to come together, and then you'd arrive on the day of shooting, and it would be hanging up in your trailer. And you'd need help getting into them, because even the men, it's tights and different layers, and then lots of stuff to do up around, say, the cuff. You couldn't just do it. Would be string.
It'd be real, wouldn't it? Exactly how it's. And the extras, the supporting artists looked amazing too, didn't they? Which I think
it's quite vast, the show, isn't it?
It is big, isn't it? Well, we were saying, weren't we, that initially I loved I read the script, loved it. Yes, want to do that. That's great. It's off we go. And then I remember being at the location that is my castle, and I remember walking from the trailer to the set and seeing the scale of everything. And that was, this is Prime Video, isn't it? So this is global. This is big. It was like
huge
a movie.
lights, wouldn't there be? Yeah, like a film, like huge lights for our funny little comedy show.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't ask them to let you do your podcast from that. I'd have made quite an
Were you
interesting
doing
episode.
Yes, I was. Not that you know, of course. She takes no interest in my career.
No, but I'm impressed when he tells me.
When he tells me, like I sit you down and now listen to me.
Your earring was very good, though.
It was a nice one, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a good earring.
And that's just the jewellery you can see.
Yes. Indeed. I was going to ask you both. There's a great guy doing the narration for
That's
this
Oliver
show.
Chris.
Yeah, wonderful. I was just wondering for you guys, if you had someone narrating your own life, who would you have narrating?
I
I'd
love
like
him.
Alan Bennett doing mine, said Rob as he sat down promoting My Lady Jane for Prime Video. It filmed with Anna Chancellor, a challenging woman, rewarding in many ways, and yet challenging nonetheless. I'm doing Alan Bennett.
I know who Alan Bennett is.
Who would you have narrating?
I like
your
Jane
life?
Fonda.
Oh, that's a
Oh,
good one.
yes.
That's a good one.
I listened to her telling the story of her life in 5 chapters. She's got such a great voice.
Yeah.
And I saw, was it called Clute?
Yes.
And she's got this deep voice. This voice full of testosterone.
Good old Jane.
That's what I thought.
She's great. As a final question for you two, as this pairing in the show, I know you did your song, your Gavin and Stacey song with Tom Jones and everything else. If you two,
Did
as
you?
the Lord and
Yes.
Lady, had a song to sing together,
number
what would you
one.
sing?
Was it?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. He's impressive.
He's very impressive. Yeah.
Islands in the Stream.
Was it?
Did it on Top of the Pops.
I love that song.
Yeah.
Did it live.
You should take a bit more of an interest in me.
I love that song.
The question was, what would your song be as Lord and Lady if you had to pick?
I love
one
that
to perform
Ramones
together?
song.
Which one?
She looks at angels, but she won't look at me.
Oh, well.
Do you know that one?
No. No.
It's been going around my head all day. I don't know if it is pertinent.
Yes.
What about It Takes Two?
Yeah.
Because it takes two
Yes.
for us to engineer our kids to
Yeah.
come together and to save our skins.
That's obviously
you know.
perfect answer, isn't it?
That's a good one. I
You
like
see? Spot on.
that. Spot on.
I
It
know.
takes two, baby. It takes two. Join him whenever
I
you like.
can't because I can't sing.
You see what I
Me
have
and
to
you.
work with, what I have to work with?
Very little.
Guys, I love the show. Thank you so much for your
Thanks a lot.
time today. Lovely
Thank
to
you.
meet you both. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey you guys!
Hey, that's what they all say.
Hey you guys!
Hey, you guys!